Hey everybody. Um, I thought I would come on and trying to find good light. Huh. Let's see. There we go. I thought I would come on, give y'all some different scenery. I'm not in the bed. I'm in my living room and just talk with y'all briefly about trying to find out what y'all would like to see. I want to interact with you, talk to y'all a little bit about my grief journey right quick. Show y'all a little bit of what I've done to help me on my grief journey. Talk to y'all a little bit about my family, who everybody is. So, I'm Terry Littlejohn, and I have 7 children. I have an angel in heaven, Nicholas. He passed away January 11th, 2019, at 18 years old during a knee surgery. He had an ACL meniscus tear that he got playing in the Shrine Bowl December 15th, 2018, the All-Star game. Um, One of his own players, they were going to tackle the same guy, and his own player's helmet went into his knee and caused his injury. He went in for surgery January 11th, had an reaction to his anesthesia, malignant hypothermia. It's rare but common. It's weird. I will do another video live one day talking about that, talking about MH, bringing some awareness to that because that was one of the main reasons for my YouTube channel, to bring awareness to MH. Um, I also plan one day to speak about that day, what happened step by step. But I would like to have more subscribers, a bigger audience, because I just want everyone to be aware and to know the story. A lot of people have asked, so I want to deliver that, and I've gotten to where I can talk about it a little better. So, like I said, I have 7 children. Julie's 25, Ashley's 21, Nick is 18, Kayla is 16, Courtney is 15, Shane is 12, TJ is 6. I have 2 grandchildren. MJ is 2, and little Hendrix will be 1 next week. And I will have little 7 will be here hopefully in January sometime. So, smells like my hamburger helper is burning. So, with that being said, I've done some things, and I have a wonderful husband named Timothy Littlejohn, who has been a blessing to me and my family. This is my second marriage, and my last marriage. I will not get married again. So, this is it for me. Till death do us part. God bless me with a good one this time. So, as y'all know, we've had a lot of death in Spartanburg in a year. We had Jalea, October 2018. Then we had Nicholas, January 11th. Coach Rose, 2 days after Nicholas. Nicholas passed on a Friday. Coach Rose passed Monday. Then we had Caleb in February. We had Nook and Debo in the summer. And this young gentleman yesterday, Caleb. Another Caleb. It's a lot of grieving moms. And that's another reason for my channel, because I wanted something to help myself, and I wanted something that would be TJ, that roaring you hear in the background. I wanted something that would help me, and I wanted something to help other grieving moms and families out there. If I can be a blessing, or my family could be a blessing to other people, then I want to do that. If I can help somebody else on their journey, then I want to do that. And helping somebody else might help me. So, what did I do when Nick first passed? I died inside. Um, I'll tell anybody that a part of me died with my son. Nick was the jokester in the family. He was the prankster. He was Nick. He was just Nick. He was that personality. Everybody loved him. I don't think he had any enemies. And if he did, it was something wrong with you, not him. Because he would try to laugh and joke his way out of any situation. He wasn't a fighter. He would fight if he had to. Nick had one fight in his life, and that's because a little boy hit him. And he defended himself and beat the brakes off of him. And he had to be 11, 9, 10, 11 years old. You know, he's like his mom. We're not going to start no trouble. But if you put your hands on us, you're going to get what you ask for. You know, but if we can walk away, we're going to walk away. You know, we're an outspoken family. Y'all know me. I'm very vocal. You know, that's just me. My kids are the same way. My husbands are the same way. We are a very outspoken, lively family. That's just us. Um, Nick was lovable. Nick was sweet. He was your average teenager. He was a homebody. He didn't hang in the street. He wasn't violent. You know, God bless me with him as a first son because he was a great example to Shane and TJ, his younger brothers. He was someone for them to look up to and want to be like. His sisters adore him. You know, he was smart. You know, Nick, at an early age, they told me to have him tested for gifted, like in pre-K, you know, because he was just smart. He got everything young, early. Um, he was in gifted classes all the way up until he went to the Viking Early College. You know, many people don't know he would have went to college as a sophomore because he acquired his credits, his college credits, in the Viking Early College program. Um, there's so much I could tell you about my boy. He was just exceptional. I miss him. I miss my baby so much. I can talk about him today without bursting into tears because, as y'all know, his birthday was Sunday, October 13th. We had his birthday party. Then Saturday, the 12th, his birthday was Sunday. And I cried all day, all weekend. So it comes to times when you cry yourself out, you know. And I'll be good for a couple of days. I've gotten to where I don't cry every day. Every other day, every couple of days, I'm good. I don't hold my grief in when it hits me. I let it out because when you hold it in, for me, it's worse, you know. And I've learned that everybody grieves differently. But what did I do when Nick passed away? I died inside. I shut the world out. I still don't like to leave home much. I leave when I have to, do what I have to do when I come back home. I don't like to be around a lot of people, especially strangers. And that's not like me. I'm a very outgoing personality. I'm starting to come back into myself a little bit. But depression is real. And I've never been depressed in my life. I went through it a little bit when my father died because me and my dad were close. And that was the first person to pass in my life that I was close to. I haven't had a lot of death in my family. We may have a death once every 10 years, 12, 15 years. My grandmother, before my dad passed away, died when Julie was like 2. You know, my dad passed away about 10 years ago, Nicholas. Um, so don't have a lot of experience with death in my family. That people that were close to me. But I have seen other people deal with death. My husband has had a lot of death in his family, like boom, 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 back to back. So I've dealt with it in that area. So when it hits you, baby, I tell you, it'll knock the wind out of you, especially when it's somebody close to you. But I withdrew. I don't like being around a lot of people. I don't like a lot of comments. I had somebody tell me the other day, and I know they mean well. I know people mean well, but I wish they would shut up. Told me to move on. God's got him. I need you to move on and let this go. I wanted to say, sir, if you don't get out my damn face, have you lost a child? No. So shut up. You don't move on. You don't let go. I carried this boy inside of me for 9 months. I bonded with this baby. I bathed, fed, breastfed, nurtured, cared for, loved, raised, provide. This was my baby. This is my child. How dare you tell me to let it go? I had to just, thank you, sir. Keep moving, because if I had said to him what I wanted to say to him, I've gotten better with biting my tongue, because I must say it like it is kind of person. And I'm learning that people don't mean no harm. They think they helping, but sometimes, when I have people say to me, I just don't know what to say, but I love you and I'm sorry. That's the best thing you could say to me. I respect that, because there's nothing you could say. Unless you have the power to bring my sweetheart back, there's nothing you could say to me, you know? But I tried medication that numbs you, makes you numb to the pain. My husband, I stopped showing affection to him. My children, I stopped caring what they was doing. They was trying to get out of hand, ripping and running. I stopped taking my medication during the day. I stopped taking my medication at night. I wasn't sleeping. So I was taking medicines at night. I stopped taking that, and now I just have to deal. I have to feel, because you're going to have to face it sooner or later. It helps in the beginning. I would recommend getting it. But eventually you're going to have to feel. You're going to have to go through what you have to go through. It's just, you're going to have to, to my moms out there that's just starting this journey. And I'm so sorry this journey chose you, because it's a journey that none of us, it's a journey that nobody, no mother in her right mind would choose. It chooses you. We don't have a choice, and I'm angry about that. That'll be another video one day, another talk about my issues with God right now, because I have some. But I set up this little area here to remember Nick, and I'll show y'all that, because for me, talking about my son, seeing my son is a big comfort for me. People may call it a shrine. Some people may feel uncomfortable, but I plan on, when we get a bigger house, I would like to have a room for just his things. We had to redo his room a little bit, because him and Shane shared a room. And it was, Shane didn't sleep in his room for about a month after Nick passed away, because he shared a room with his brother all his life. Shane's 12. Best buds, best buds. He slept in the bunk bed over his brother all his life. Now he's gone. And TJ slept in the room with me and his dad. So we had to rearrange some things. So I packed his stuff that was in the dresser. We got a new dresser, new bunk beds, and so we had to rearrange some stuff. So the stuff that was in the dresser, we packed up and it's in the bin. But Nick's stuff is still in the closet. His shoes are under the bed. But I plan on having his own room. I have some comforters that the funeral home had gave us, and they're here. And I plan on keeping those out and stuff like that. But he will have a room, and it may be a guest room or something like that. But, I did grief counseling. That was very helpful. I did about 6 sessions. My job at the time had offered it. I worked at the hospital, but I couldn't go back to doing what I was doing as a CNA. It was just too much, the emotional stress that comes along with it, and the environment. My son passed away at the hospital, and I just couldn't go back to that. Now I'm at the jail. I'm a med tech, and that's too much. That's a whole nother video, but that's too much too. So I love the Lord, and the brain, you lose your train of thought, your memory, grief, affection, memory. I can't tell you how many times my water has been shut off. Electricity has come close, because I will forget to pay a bill since Nick passed, and that wasn't me. I was on top of my bills. Car insurance has lapsed. Grief affects everything, every aspect of your life. Your sex drive, you'll go from not eating to eating too much. I lost weight, gained weight. Now I gotta lose it again once I find my motivation again. It affects your health. My health started to decline, trying to get my health back together. It's amazing what grief will do to you. I didn't know grief affected you like this. Mm, I'm not the Terry I was before I lost my son. I'm really not that zest for life that I had. It changes you. It really does. But I did grief counseling. I did 6 sessions of grief counseling. Um, and I plan on starting back, but I had 6 free sessions with my job. And once those ended, I had to start paying. I went from a full-time job making decent money to now I'm part-time. I took like 4 months off from work. I mean, I just had no desire to get out the bed and do anything. I mean, it is what it is. Just depressed. All I wanted to do was lay in the dark and cry. And I did. Um, my husband would come home. I think I would take pictures and post them. He would come home from work and open the blinds. And he even took the curtain rod down one day. And I wanted to kill him. I just wanted to be left alone. Just let me go through what I got to go through. But I thank God for him going through this with me. I couldn't imagine going through this with anybody else. I tried GriefShare, and GriefShare, they are the sweetest, nicest people. And I think I may have tried too soon because I think we may have started maybe a couple of weeks after Nick passed, and dealing with that is TJ. No regard for the fact that I'm doing a video, but I think dealing with TJ, Timothy, I'm doing a video. Can you hush? He said, "Can I come wipe him?" Why, Jesus? Wait a minute, Mama. I'm almost done. But TJ, shut up. But I did grief. Me and Tim did GriefShare, and Julie tried going also. But dealing with everybody else's grief on top of my grief, oh God, it killed me. You know, people who had lost husbands, children, different people, and I just could not take it. Oh my gosh, I was just an emotional wreck. I'm gonna kill that boy if you don't stop singing. But having to deal with my grief and my heavy heart at that time, and I will try to go back, but grief is a heavy burden to bear, and when you're dealing with yours and that, just to deal with everybody else's heavy hearts, I couldn't handle it at the time. I would just sit there and just feel so overwhelmed. I couldn't do it. Some people can. I just could not. Um, I've gotten to where I don't cry every day. You know, I can go I can go a week without crying now. We're 9 months in, you know, going on. Wait, TJ, shut up. Going on 10 months. November 11th will be 10 months that I have not seen my son. Um, and it's hard, but I don't cry every day. I may cry 3, 4 times a week. I may go a week without crying. It just depends. Something may trigger me. I may look at a picture or memory on Facebook. Something to trigger me, I'll cry. I've learned how to cry now and keep moving.